Okay, is that rolling? Okay, that is rolling. Okay. So, I'm going to go over the first solo of Mr. Crowley. It's one of my favorites. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. To me, it's harder than the second solo, but I guess that's an opinion. It took me like 3.5 hours to learn this whenever I originally learned it, and the second solo took about like 20 minutes. So, in my humble opinion, I think this solo is actually more difficult than the second one, but, you know, let me know what you guys think. Which solo is harder, the first or the second? I'm in E flat, so I'm just going to play it. If you like it, stick around for the lesson. So, I'm going to start the lesson after the fills because I'm not 100% positive if everybody's playing these chords right. I add fifths from time to time, but I'll keep the fifths out of it for this. I'll just play it like he did, or at least try to. I don't think the solo's note for note, but I feel like it's close enough, so let's go over it. So right after the fills... That's where I would add the fifth on the third one. And then he goes 3-5 on the A. And then he does that C power chord. And then he does like a, what is this, a C and a D? A, my bad, it's a C and an A. And then it's that power chord, and then he goes to an A, and then he jumps into the solo. I like to jump in with the high harmonic on the G. It's on the 9th fret of the G string. Dive down really quick and then start it. And the first lick is a basic blues pentatonic lick. You're just doing 12, and you're going to bend that 12 up to 14 on the G, and then you're going to do 10, 10 on the B and the E, and then 13, what is this? 10. I'm not going to go over all these numbers because it makes me feel like I'm in fucking math class, man. What I could do is I can like slow it down as much as possible, and hopefully you guys get the groove. So he does this 4 times. He goes... So he goes... And then after he does that 4 times, he does this. And he's going to keep that rhythmic pattern for 4 times. He's going to go... That's what he's going to do. And I kind of palm mute the first 2, which this would be 1. This would be 2, 3, 4. And on the first notes of 3 and 4, I like to add a little harmonic. So I like to go... And then next he does this. Well, I do that. I don't know if he does that. And then I go... So what is that? 13, 12, 10. So it's just the same, it's the same shape. pinky, ring, index. So it goes. And then I slide up to 16 and do that same shape. Slide up to 18, do the same shape. And then I slide up to, what is this? Whatever that is. So I go. And then I do that big bend. And then after the big bend, I'll just play this slow. I'm not gonna go over all the notes on this one. And then after he does that same shape that I was just showing you. But he adds a hammer-on and pull-off with the ring. And then he does that same thing on the B string. Just like that. And then he slides down to 13. And he hammer-ons to 15, and then he goes back to 13. Right? Like that. Then he hits the 14 on the G. Then goes back to 13. And then goes back to... Just like that. I think that's how it goes. Something like that. And then he bends up on the B on the 20th fret, and he does a full bend, and then he picks 3 times, I believe, and then he does... So that whole phrase would be, what is it? And this next phrase is also one that I feel like maybe he meant to do it the way he did it, or maybe he meant to do it like this every time. I just do it consistently all 8 times. I do. So all that is 13, 10 on the B, then 13, no, my bad, on the E, and then 13 on the B, then 10 on the E, then 13 and 10 on the B. I feel like I'm gonna watch this and I feel like I've already said some wrong numbers. Maybe I'm wrong. But I do that 8 times. So I just go... And I do that 8 times, and the way I do it is I like to kind of crescendo it with my picking hand, and what I mean by that is I like to crescendo it with palm mutes. So I start with palm mutes, and then I lightly let go of the palm mutes, and I bring it, I kind of open it up, and I would say I open it up at the last 2. So I palm mute it for 6 counts, and then on the last 2 counts, I try to open it up. So it kind of sounds like this. Just like that. So, you get the idea. And the next lick, I feel like is pretty hard to go over because I've been playing it fast for so long, and this was the hardest part of the entire solo, the entire song for me to learn. because I had never really played any shapes like this in this exact order. It's just weird. So after the 8, was that 8? Fuck it. So after those 8 counts, I don't even know if it is 8 counts. I don't know. Listen to the song and you'll get it. And after you do that, he goes 10, 13, 10 on the B. So let's just say we're going from the last one. So he goes like that. Let's just do that phrase right there. Right? So he's going... So I'm only picking one note in that, I think. No, I'm picking 2. I'm picking the high E, and then I'm picking the G. Just like that. And then I think he hammers back on. So... And he picks it up right there after the... I think that's the hardest part of the whole solo. I'll do that slow. And right here I like to do the Zach double stops. If I'm just doing single notes, I'm just going. So, and this part, I don't think I'm gonna have to go over the notes. So I'll play it slow. Right here, I kind of like to add a trill of my own, so I don't really think he adds a trill. Maybe he does. So it's like that. That's it. Once you've done that, you've made it through the solo, man. And then he bends up. I like to pinch that. And then I'll release that bend, and then I'll release it to the 4th fret, and then I'll come up, and then I'll dive at the same time. So I'll go. Then I'll dive the E, and then after that I don't like to end it on. I like to end it on. What was that, like a fucking E? So the way I would get there without doing that, because I don't think that sounds good whenever you go high and then come back down to a D with the harmonic. The way I would make sure live that doesn't happen is I would make sure I go. So I can find the pitch while it's raising up. That's why I do that. So I know that I'm not gonna hit something higher and it's gonna sound off, you know, to the listener's ear. So whoops. Hopefully that wasn't too bad. I think I got a little bit confused there on that 8 count, and I'm gonna be kind of bothered by that. I don't know if that is 8. Whatever it is, I might not know the count. I just play with the song, man. Hopefully you guys like that. I'll have the second solo up probably tomorrow or the day after that. I think the second solo is a hell of a lot easier than the first one, so I just felt like showing this to you guys. It's one of my favorite solos. I think the composition is fucking great, and Randy's badass, so let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys later.